Hi everyone, I'm here with my friend Kurt. Kurt is in Madrid right now and he wants to share some information of what's going on with COVID-19 and what we can do here in the US to stay safe and healthy. Kurt, from my understanding, they say that the US is about 1 week behind Spain. So it'd be great to hear from you and give us an overview of how things are there and any advice you might have for us in the coming week as we continue to see an increase in our cases here.
Sure. Hi, how are you guys? I'm Kurt, nice to meet you. Yeah, right now we're in day 9 of quarantine. Okay. We started last weekend. So yeah, today actually we have the president that he went live an hour ago, and he was actually talking about like we're doing good as a community, that we're all getting together, and he was just talking about the same thing that we still hoping we didn't have our highest peak of cases of people that are with the disease, so infected. So we are waiting for that actually right now, and yeah, he basically said the only thing that we I say to everyone: stay home.
Okay, and then so what do you think the pivotal moment really was and when people started taking it seriously? I know they tried to enact the lockdown and people were still going out to eat. What was the turning point when people realized that this is something serious and you do need to stay home in order for this to pass?
When we have there was last week, the 8th of March, with the women manifestation, we got at least 1,000 cases in one day. So it was, I think right now we're in 25,000 of infected people, and it's increasing every day. But at that time, I think we were on, I don't know, I think it was 17,000. And from in that manifestation with all the women that we was right in the corner of my street, we got infected. In 2 days, we got an extra 2,000.
Okay, and what
So
sorts
people
of
were like, this is very bad. Like, this is real.
started to
People
take
are
it
dying.
seriously?
And people start taking serious, and people were hanging out, going on a hike, for a run to the park, and having your normal life and thinking, this is not going to happen to me. I know my friend. I'm like, do you know your friend? Did your friend get tested? Who was your friend before being with you? What is your friend doing? You don't know all those questions. You just think that your friend is not going to give you the virus. Well, they do.
And what's the most common way that people are getting it? Does anybody know? Is it just from being in close contact with someone? Is it from going out to restaurants and still socializing? Or what do they think is the biggest cause that is spreading it so
First
heavily?
of all, yeah, it was. They said it was the festivals, clubs, bars, restaurants, and just being in contact with people and being very close to people. That's what it was. That's why they closed eventually everything, and everything here is closed.
And what is the day-to-day life there now? I know you mentioned that a lot of the hotels are being turned into hospitals now, that the hospitals are at capacity. If you do need care, what is available to you there? And is the healthcare system completely overwhelmed at this point, or what's going on with that?
Yeah, unfortunately, if you like if you like have like a fever or something, they ask you please not to go to the centers because they're overwhelmed. They don't have space for you, and they just say stay home and try to just to take like maybe they actually said not to take aspirins,
Ibuprofen,
ibuprofen, to take what's the
Tylenols,
other, exactly, Tylenol. Yeah, that's what they say to do. If not, you're like feeding
the
the
virus.
virus.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically they say to stay home, and you have to stay home. There's no place for you. There's not a bed for you. There's not a doctor that will be able to help you. And they just say stay home, because even though it's even worse to go to the hospital because maybe you don't have it, it's just a regular flu, and you're just gonna get the virus just because you get
You're
there,
there
because
with other
it's
people.
insane.
Okay.
So you just have to stay home. It's the only way. They won't come, and even if you call, like we have I think it's 116, a different like 911. No,
They
you
won't
just
come.
unfortunately no.
Okay.
We're at that point right now. It's just stay home. That's what they
Okay.
say.
And great, that's good advice. I
Oh,
hope a
sorry.
lot of people here in America are starting to do it. I know a lot of people still are going for hikes or taking their dogs for a walk. You heavily advise not to do that, not to go outside at all. Did you see people, once the lockdown started happening, people were still trying to go out and do hikes or do things that are a little bit more isolated, that are still having issues contracting the disease as well?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Spain got it really serious. I mean, we're all in the same quarantine. We're all home. We all wanna do things. we're all getting like a little crazy because that's the reality. Like there's a moment that where you don't have anything else to do, or you just. So I actually saw the other day that I think there was two guys walking, because this is what they say: you can go out if you want, but you can go. Markets are only open from 8 to 8, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can only go one person. You can go to the market and come back. If you get stopped, you're gonna ask for your receipt. They're gonna check if you really bought that, and if not, you're gonna get there's a fee of 600 euros
Wow. So they're taking it
per
very
person.
seriously.
Yes, there. And then if not, if you're not doing that, you could be with your dog. But if you're with your dog and you're like, let us say, you're not very close from your space, you also get the ticket, because you're supposed only to be like a few meters away from your house, because you don't need to go around the blocks with your dog, honey. No, go downstairs, pee, and go up again. That's another thing. And then also you could be going to a pharmacy, or you could be going to a bank to get some cash.
Okay.
But it has to be your bank, and you have to get the receipt as well. If not, you always get the 600 euros fee.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, it's good that they're being serious about it, so that people start to take this seriously. And then
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but one other thing. The other day, I was watching from my balcony, and there was two or three guys. You can see that they were kind of like drunk and they were partying or whatever. Oh my god. Oh my God! People start screaming like, "What are you doing? You Mario, you asshole! What are you?" And people start like, I think they start running, and they call police, and they were arrested.
Oh, good.
The people got crazy. People wanted to jump from their balconies and like kill them. Literally, people were crazy. I was screaming too. I was like, What are you doing? Like, no, you're drunk and partying. Stay at your place if you want to do that. Don't be an ass. It was awful. I'm sorry. It was really bad. It was really bad.
Yeah. No, I think everyone needs to really take this seriously right now, or things are going to get a lot worse. Do you have any friends or neighbors or anyone that you know that's been affected by it and having the experience of
Yes,
being sick?
I do. Unfortunately, they're not allowed. They're incommunicated. They're not allowed to give with Divas News. I know by their mother that their mother couldn't even go to the hospital, so she get to know by some text that the doctor might send her once, or I think it's once or twice a day that the doctor send how their kid is going.
Okay.
And that's how we get to know what's going on. It's the only way, because you can't. There, of course, there's no visits. You can't call. You can't go. There's nothing.
And how are they doing? Are they doing okay, or are they one of the ones that's doing pretty bad?
No, there's bad, and they're all young. I mean, they're my age, like 30 between 30s, in their 30s. It's not that it's.
It's interesting because, the news coming out of Italy, everyone said it's just affecting the older people and that it's people with underlying health conditions. And now we're starting to see a lot of the younger people being affected, and hearing about people in their 20s, 30s, 40s being on ventilators. I just heard from a close friend here that Cedars-Sinai is one of our best hospitals here in LA, is already at capacity. All their ventilators are being used. A lot of young people on the ventilators, and we're not even anywhere near our peak yet, so it's scary that you guys are a week ahead and what we might have in our future. So it's good to hear what's going on over there, to hopefully make sure people are taking this seriously here too.
Yeah.
Okay. And then have you heard from other people and maybe other countries in the EU that haven't been hit as hard as Spain? How are they doing? Are they taking strict precautions to prevent this from spreading across Europe as well?
Well, I get to know that France and Germany are right behind us. Unfortunately, after of course, it's Italy, then it's Spain, and then it's France and Germany, and then it's the UK that is also getting there very close. I get to know that France said that if you do the I think it's like if you do the quarantine and you don't get any tickets, and you do what you have to do and you stay home, they will pay for your rent, for your gas, for your electricity, and for all your bills.
Wow.
Till this keep going. So of course everybody's staying home. They were really smart, because they're paying for your rent and also for the mortgages and all your debts, like till this finished. So I know France was also really paralyzed and everything. But and I also know that Germany is in the same position. But everybody's being very, very, very cautious, because they're seeing what's happening in Italy and what's happening in Spain. And even though we're doing what we're doing, cases are getting thousands every single day.
Okay, and then so you talked a little bit about going to get groceries, how only one person can go out and you get the fine if you don't do it. How about deliveries and things like that? I know here in the U.S. there's some concern that the virus can live on cardboard, and is it safe to get food delivered? Is it safe to get food delivered from a restaurant here? Like what kind of measures are people taking in Spain, and what have people learned in Spain as far as getting deliveries and food and, being cautious in that regard as well?
Uh-huh. Well, at the beginning, you were allowed to do like the to go, so you can go to the small stores and the small restaurants. They have like a little window, and they give you the pizza, and you just walk home. Right now, you can even do that. You can do that a lot because they realized that, as you said, it was traveling on packages and stuff. So, like today, what I did, I that's why I just shower and I'm all wet because I just got the delivery and I also did the groceries. So, this is the new thing. So when the Postmate guys come over and bring your pizza, they you have to go outside at the door. They leave the bag there with your food inside. They move like a few meters back, and then you have to go get by yourself your own food. You need to have gloves. You need to have a mask. They have the same as well. And then you say bye, whatever, and then you have to go upstairs. You have to, take your shoes. You have to take all your clothes, and you have to like spray everything, put your like change your clothes, wash it, and then you have to take a shower as well, and then you can eat your food. But
Wow.
that's the only way. Yeah,
That sounds extreme. I don't know if anyone in America is doing that quite yet, but
it's the only way that we do it. It's the only way.
okay. Good to know. And then do you still have mail service then? And so deliveries are still allowed as long as they're taking those precautions to have the
Yes,
space
they
and
are as well.
decontaminate. Okay.
We have mail service, and we have like I think yeah, you can order packages as well. That they of course you're not there when they deliver, so there's no contact. But then they also suggest that you spray
The
the mail or
package.
whatever the package before you use it, and they suggest that you open with gloves and of course with a mask as well, and then that you throw everything away that is in the package. I mean,
Okay.
outside of the package. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to be really careful here. Whenever I get a delivery, I've been opening it with gloves, a mask on, spraying it with Lysol and anything that I bring in, and opening the packages outside, never bringing them in the house anymore. So I've tried to be
No.
really careful and conscious of, how I'm contacting it. We put a sign up on our door that we're not going to open the door for deliveries if they have a delivery, to throw it over the fence or to ring the bell and leave it at the door and leave, so we're not making contact with people. But it's like, we're being cautious, but I don't know what level it's going to get to in the next week too. So hopefully we can stop this from escalating a lot more. And then as far as what you're doing at home to keep busy, and keep yourself from going too crazy from being inside, what are some tips you have for people? We just started our lockdowns and quarantine here, so it's just been a few days. I can imagine by the end of next week, a lot of us are going to start going pretty stir crazy and, it's not wanting to be stuck in
I
our
know.
houses anymore. So what kinds of
I know.
tips do you have for coping with it, or things that you can do during this time?
Well, at least myself, I'm by myself, so it's a little harder, I will say. But I take it as a good time for like introspection. You will say is that a word? Yeah, introspection. So basically that. So I've been doing a lot of yoga. I was doing a lot of meditation. I have a piano here from my roommate, and I start with that online application how to learn to play piano. I also start learning German online. I've been reading, of course, Netflix, HBO, and all the things that we all
Sure.
know. That's the easy stuff. I also been doing the challenge online that a friend sends like, okay, do like 10 push-ups, then I challenge you to do the this and that. So I've been also doing a lot of challenge online. I also been talking a lot with all my family, with all my friends. I've been doing washing a lot, cleaning the house, all the things that they say like, oh my god, I wish I had one day to do.
Right.
Well,
Now we have
guess
all the
what?
time in the
Now
world.
you
Unfortunately, right? We're being
I
forced into
know, but
it.
you have to do it in a positive way. It's the only way. If not, you're gonna get crazy.
Totally.
And we still don't know what's gonna happen. Like we
Totally.
still don't know. This is just starting, you guys. Unfortunately.
Have they made any predictions in Spain how long they expect this to last and when they expect the peak to happen?
Well, we had the president talk today live, and he said that we need to be really strong for the end of next week. Supposedly, our quarantine is till the 31st of this month.
Okay.
That's what they said that it was going to be. But the president, when he talked today, he didn't give any dates, but he said we need to keep being strong as a community as we've been so far because till the end of next week, we're expecting the peak.
Okay.
So you can like finish a quarantine when the peak is happening. So clearly, he didn't say anything, but I'm sure he's going to extend it at least 2 more weeks.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to take a little bit longer than any of us are imagining.
I know. Yeah. Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. I just want to ask one last thing. Is there anything else that you want to share or add, or what's your most important message that you want to give all of us here for our next week, going into week 2 of quarantine and lockdown, and trying to stay safe from the virus? What is your biggest piece of advice for all of us here to be able to stay healthy and safe in all of this?
I'm just gonna say it breaks my heart to be where we are. It's super sad what's happening right now. So I need everyone to just take it serious because we're dying. Everyone's dying, and we're all gonna die if we don't do it. You guys, it's not that. Oh, let's. I keep seeing posts of people. Oh, we hang out like 2 meters away. Yeah, keep your distance. No, no, don't keep your distance. Don't leave your house. Don't you understand that you are gonna give it to someone, and someone will give it to you, and then you go and see someone else, and that spreads them. My advice, and please follow my advice. Stay home. Stay home. I'm seeing trucks full of dead people because there's no places in the cemeteries to bury them and getting burned outside of the city. Please, you guys, stay home. Stay home. Don't hang out. Don't do anything. If you have to go to the store, do it once. Go and buy food for a month. You can do it because you don't have enough money. I understand that could happen. Nobody has a job right now, so that's an option too. Okay, buy at least for 3-4 days, but you can't go to the store every day.
Trying to
You
limit your
wanna
exposure out as much as possible.
you want to take your dog out because you don't have a place to like do it in your house. Okay, take your dog, but don't go all the way in the block. No, just do it in front of your house and then go back in. Do not talk. Don't contact to anyone. Don't do, no contacts. Just stay home and remember also when every time you go out and you come back, spray yourself, wash your clothes, leave your shoes outside, and take a shower. That's my advice.
Okay. Thank you, Kurt. I really appreciate
Yeah,
you
of
sharing
course.
everything that's going on. I hope you stay safe, stay healthy, keep me
You guys as
updated.
well.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing.
Stay home.
I
Bye.
will.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.